All right. Hello, my name is Dayanara Flores, and I'm completing my my second theorist presentation over Maria Montessori, if that's how you pronounce it, and the Texas Prekindergarten Guidelines. All right, so for my intro, I'm going to discuss an overview, why I chose Montessori, and her connections to pre-kinder guidelines. So first, this presentation explores Maria Montessori's contributions to early childhood education and connects her theories to two pre-kindergarten guidelines. So why I chose Montessori? Her methods focus on independent, hands-on learning and respect for a child's natural development. She believes children learn best through self-directed experiences in a prepared environment. So the connections to the Texas Pre-Kindergarten Guidelines are that Montessori emphasis on independent decision-making and sensory learning aligns with Texas standards for early childhood education. All right, so here is Maria Montessori, and here is a little biography and background about her. So she was born in 1870 in Cagliari, Italy, and her career, she was the first woman in Italy to earn a medical degree in 1896, and then she studied child development and education. Key accomplishments: she founded the first Montessori school, Casa dei Bambini, in 1907, and then developed the Montessori method, emphasizing hands-on, child-centered learning. So her impact on education: her method is still widely used in schools around the world, supporting early childhood autonomy and active learning. All right, so key concepts of Montessori's theory. There are particularly four. So the first one is prepared environment. So classrooms should be organized, accessible, and rich in hands-on materials. Which encourages self-exploration and responsibility. Her second one is self-directed learning. Children learn in their own pace by choosing activities based on interest, and with the help of the teacher, acts as a guide, not a lecturer. And third one is sensorial learning. Montessori designed materials to engage touch, sight, sound, smell, and taste, which helps children develop cognitive skills through physical interactions. And then last but not least, practical life skills, which focuses on daily living activities, buttoning, sweeping, and pouring, etc. This builds confidence in fine motor skills and independence. All right, alignments to Texas Pre-Kinder Guidelines. Guideline 1. Our first guideline is child demonstrates self-reliance, problem-solving, and independent decision-making. So how Montessori's theories align. The first one is child-led learning. Montessori classrooms allow students to choose their own activities, encouraging problem-solving and independence. And then multi-age classrooms, younger children learn from older peers, fostering decision-making and self-reliance. Her third one is minimal teacher intervention, which is teachers guide but do not direct every aspect of learning, allowing children to develop self-motivation. Lastly, classroom application, practical life activities like buttoning and zipping frames to encourage self-sufficiency, and then like pouring exercises with small pitchers to develop motor control. Montessori work cycle, children select an activity, complete it, and return it to its place, fostering responsibility and independence. Our second guideline is child chooses sensory exploration to investigate and make sense of the world. So how this theory aligns to Montessori, which is hands-on learning. Montessori believes children learn best through their senses, which is something that we also discussed in the prior slides. And then specialized materials, designs to focus on all of the senses. Encouraging natural curiosity. Children explore through manipulation materials rather than passive interaction. And then classroom application, Montessori sensory materials. Sandpaper letters, which is where children trace letters to connect touch with literacy. Sound cylinders help differentiate and classify sounds. Pink tower, which is strengthens spatial awareness and space differentiation. Nature walks and outdoor exploration. This is where we encourage children to collect leaves, observe textures, and listen to nature sounds. This promotes scientific thinking through sensory discovery. And then more classroom applications, how to implement Montessori ideas in a pre-K classroom. Firstly, create prepared environment, which is organize materials on a low, accessible level so children can independently choose activities. And secondly, maintain a calm, structured classroom layout that supports freedom of movement. Secondly, use Montessori-inspired materials, like provide real-world hands-on tools such as small pitchers for pouring, wooden number rods for counting, and textured letters for phonics. Third, encourage choice-based learning, allow children to select activities based on interest, and use a work cycle, which is uninterrupted learning time, so students can focus. And then lastly, incorporate practical life activities like teach skills with table setting, plant watering, and hand washing to foster independence. An example is like a classroom care station where students take turns feeding a class pet or watering plants. And lastly, here's my summary. Maria's Montessori educational philosophy emphasizes independence, hands-on learning, and sensory exploration. And then the connections to our pre-K guidelines were Montessori methods encourage problem solving and independent decision making, and her focus on sensory learning aligns with how children explore their environment. And then lastly, Montessori's impact on childhood education is creating engaging, child-centered environments can enhance development and foster lifelong learning habits. And here are my references. Thank you.